Welcome back to Let's Play Darkest Dungeon. I'm your host, Timepants, and I want to apologize for the confusion at the end of the last episode. I kind of had a... I kind of got called away to take care of something, so I wasn't able to stick around and run another dungeon. So instead, we're going to be just doing this one right now. We are going to be running a party of... well, I don't think we need that much. We're going to be running a party of, again, the new characters, the Man-at-Arms and Arbalest. We're going to be throwing a Hellion into the mix, which I think is going to be interesting. Why don't we carry that just in case we run into just in case we run into a shambler. And we're going to be running in broad daylight. So let's see here. So yeah, this is going to be the same mission type that we just did. I'm sorry for the lack of variety, but I like this. I think this is going to be an interesting party. We haven't had a Man-at-Arms and a Hellion together, so this is going to be kind of a new experience for us. Sharpened Spear and Battle Trance. Both of these are interesting, but I think we go with Instruction on you, Weapons Practice, Restring Crossbow, and let's see, Sharpened Spear. Or we could also go with Bless. But if we go with Bless, would we be better off with Battle Trance? It's three good options, and I'm not sure there are any right answers. But since we're running in daylight, or in full torchlight, why don't we take Sharpened Spear? I don't think accuracy is going to be as big an issue, and this will raise our crit chance for her at least, and hopefully give us an opportunity to de-stress a bit. Alright, so Holy Relics it is. This is a pretty linear dungeon, which means a minimal amount of backtracking, so that's good for us. Let's see, Judgment has the potential for a kill, so let's go for it. Nah, alright. Suppressing Fire, let's just... Nice. Yeah, 33% crit chance, not bad at all. And obviously that was merely the first encounter against some pretty weak enemies, but not bad. I think we can be pretty happy with how that went. And let's keep moving here. So yeah, we'll have a minimal amount of backtracking, so that's nice. I think they did actually do something to the way these tiles are counted. I think you can only interact with something if you are standing in that tile now, which is why you now get into fights immediately with... Yeah, no chance. Let's just go for the stun. Which is why you get into fights immediately when you step on there. You also... Nice. You also are not able to interact with curios from range anymore. So yeah, you do immediately suffer the drawbacks of any negative quirks that you might have. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. Wow, that's a lot of damage. So yeah, I think that change was made because, yeah, another thing is you used to be able to mash the W key. Who do we want the buff to go to? Why don't we throw it on... Marisot? Or actually... Yeah, let's throw it on Marisot. Unfortunate. So, we didn't get the full plus 30%, so yeah, we need to get Hagiomania taken care of, because that has been hurting us. And we need to be careful if anybody has alcoholism. But anyway, getting back to what I was talking about, how I think they changed the way that you interact with rooms. Yeah, watch here. It used to be that you could mash the W key, like in front of the door, about here, but it really does feel like I can't enter right now, right? So you used to be able to save one tick of torchlight going off before going through the door, but now you have to go all the way up to the door, and yeah, that torchlight ticks off right away. So that's a very minor change for the most part, but yeah, it does make negative quirks, certain negative quirks, much worse. And it also does mean that you use about 25% more torches. So even though it's a fairly small change overall, I think the implications for moving through the dungeon and how you prepare are a bit farther reaching than one might assume. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. I think we'll go ahead and eat, because that was a lot of damage. But yeah, it does mean that every step or every corridor requires one torch, whereas previously you could, at full torchlight, go through a single corridor, and if you knew how to quickly get through the door, you could shave off some of that torch usage. Wow, we are a very slow party from the looks of things. Let's see. Go. We might have been able to get away with attacking the cultist witch. Maybe that's what we should have done. Yeah, because we could have gotten a kill there if that had connected. That's unfortunate. Eldritch Pull is not great. It's not terrible, but yeah, it's far from an ideal situation. But yeah, I think even though we haven't managed to get... That sucks. Yeah, even though we haven't managed to get a kill here, or as many kills as we might like, that sucks. Yeah, we lost the riposte, we missed. Huh, they're gonna need to fix that. Okay, so a skill, apparently a skill that... Yeah, a skill that... Fuck you. Yeah, apparently a skill that stuns you does not trigger the riposte, but once you're stunned, you can still riposte freely. That needs to be fixed. That's just messed up. I knew that had been discovered previously, but I had just assumed that it had been fixed by now. Clearly that's not the case. Alright. Well, even though that encounter certainly could have gone better, it is, yeah, it's still miles away from some of the terrible encounters that we had running that level 0 party. Like, I really thought we were going to lose. I really thought we were going to either lose a character or have to back out. Of all the runs that I've done today, and this is, I think, number 4, I usually don't get to do this many, but of all the runs that we've done today, that was by far the most thrilling. Let's see, 140, it's not a great chance, but let's try it. Wonderful. And Retribution. Let's try. I was hoping for a crit, but there's still a chance that we can get rid of both of these sharpshooters. I was hoping before it got another shot off, but we'll just have to live with it. Hopefully we can get a breakthrough or something. Wonderful. Yeah, hopefully we can get a breakthrough. Or, nah. Let's not risk it. Let's just take the kill. I was gonna say, hopefully we could get a breakthrough, or maybe this suppressing fire, but I don't think that's quite enough for our purposes. Shit. Shit. I mean, there really is... Now let's break through. There really is a big difference in how far your damage will carry you in a champion level dungeon. Because holy shit, like, we were mowing, just absolutely mowing enemies down when we have holy water. Oh, please, 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 please. Okay, I need to really reassess how I remove negative quirks. That's really annoying. And what is this? Okay, so we need to discard something. So probably food. Alright. Okay. So we're gonna have to start losing some consumables here. Shit, we're gonna have to torch up. Alright, now this is how we lost somebody before, so Dazzling Light, let's hope we get the stun. No. That was not inspiring, and a crit right now would be just devastating. For both sides, is what I meant. Ouch, but yeah, that really hurts. And, actually, let's do Retribution here. Yeah, unfortunately we have kind of a long way to go here before we can really consider ourselves in the home stretch. We only have one of the artifacts that we need, and that can mean a long time. So yeah, we need to start getting ourselves back fighting fit here. Let's see. Actually, yeah, let's try and just eliminate the number of attackers that we have to deal with. Unfortunately, while this is a great interactable, the protection benefit only lasts, I think, for one corridor. Watch this. Plus 55 protection is insane. It's really good. But honestly, I would much prefer it if it were just a dramatically lower protection score, but you kept it for the whole dungeon. Let's see, can we get some food or something? That would be nice. Treasure's good, but let's keep going here. I don't want to say I'm nervous. I don't want to like play up any drama that doesn't really exist, but this is troubling. This right here, her health situation is not great. Let's see if we can. I was gonna say, let's see if we can see. This might be it. Great. Alright, then what do? I think drop the bandage, take it, and we can actually do one more. So let's. I think we can get gems from this. Wonderful.
Only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Alright. Yeah, let's back out, and yeah, only 14 minutes in. Why don't we do one more? 12 XP. That's wonderful. This is great. Oh my god, that's great. And let's see. Let's just run the same party so we don't have to mess around a lot with stuff like unequipping. We actually need sun rings. That's something that we seriously lack. We have plenty of tough rings. Alright, we're going here. Gather 3 medicines. Alright. And again, we will take Roger, Marisat, Karados, and it was Brenon, right? Yeah. And back out we go. And let's over prepare a bit just so we can get some of that stress relief off. And we have run into some serious issues with our, oh, we don't need that. We've run into some serious issues with running out of shovels. And no, there's no sense taking holy water because we still have the quirks that will cause our characters to interact immediately. Alright, yeah, this is going to be an opportunity to get some stress off right away. And it's very expensive. It's compared to setting them out, and honestly, we didn't need to do that. Whoops. But, yeah, it's very expensive even, well, I guess we don't need to do it then. It's very expensive compared to even just going to the tavern or what have you. Let's see. I think this worked pretty well. And yeah, her crits just hurt so bad. Look at that damage. So yeah, let's do this. If we get ambushed, that would suck, but we didn't, so it didn't. Alright, let's see. Gather 3 medicine. So I think these crates have the medicine in them. So yeah, we'll pick those up. And we should be good. I always wonder what this does. Maybe I should bring holy water just to find out. I think we need to kill these first. That was pathetic. Because, yeah, these things mark us. I forgot last time that it was actually... I thought these claws were what marked us, but no, it's these bombarders. So we do want to take care of them, because the claws do take advantage of the mark. I think they get additional damage on their swipe. So, let's see here. Well, if we're going to be marked anyway, then let's at least get a riposte out of it. And breakthrough? Yeah, I feel that. The debuff kind of sucks, but to take out 2 enemies, I think that's a fair price to pay. Retribution? Nah, let's just get the kill. Fuck, I meant to swing on the claw, although I guess it looks like it probably wouldn't have mattered anyway. This is sad. This is really bad. Alright, we're gonna have to take care of this blight here, I think. Judgment, do we get the kill? It's not likely. Maybe a stun. Wonderful. Alright, so going into... we can probably get the kill with another breakthrough. It's... we're borrowing a lot against our future effectiveness. Let's see. Heal that. Heal that. We probably don't need to, but you know, let's just go ahead and do it. That is what we brought the anti-venoms for. I'm not really worried about using the anti-venoms with an interactable or anything like that. These negative quirks, honestly, this change to how the room interactions work, like your ability to interact with things within a certain room, they have dramatically affected how the game is played. I mean, just by itself, they have, like, that change has really influenced, like, what quirks I consider acceptable to have. It's good. I mean, that's the reason the negative quirks are in the game, but man, it just sucks to go from a point where, you know, you felt like that was kind of a freebie at the end of a mission when you got something like Hagiomania. So you're like, well, as long as I'm paying attention and have the consumable, I'm fine. Not anymore, man. And again, I get it. That's fine, and that's why they're in the game. But it really dramatically kind of changes my whole outlook on running a dungeon now, and I think I'm going to be sending a lot more characters to the sanitarium than I have been. I think I really have to reassess how I approach how I approach dungeons now, and how I approach dealing with these sorts of quirks. Because in the last episode, I think it was the last episode, yeah, we lost out on a really good buff from an interactable, just because one of our characters decided to interact with it before we could throw the holy water on, and we didn't even get to choose who got the interactable, who got the buff. So yeah, we're gonna need to kind of figure out what we're gonna do here. This is terrifying. I kind of want to just take this thing out as quickly as I can. Since our stress is not a major issue, yeah, our stress is not a major issue, so yeah, let's just see what we can do about taking this thing down. If we could get a stun, that would be wonderful. I'm not really counting on it. Yeah, I think that was a lot to ask for, but let's even try and get the stun here. Well, shit. This is, I think, going to mix our party up. It was not terrible at all. Honestly, that is fine. We really couldn't have asked for better. And now let's do Retribution. Gosh, it feels like we're trying to punch this thing through a pillow. Just, where's all the power? It doesn't really feel like we're hitting that hard anymore. Yeah, I think we still just try and stun this thing. It had to eventually, right? Bleed? Wonderful. Alright, he is dead. He is dead. So, with that, let's start dealing with this witch, and now this is under control, because, yeah, he lost one turn in stun, so he got 4 damage there, and the additional 4 damage when his turn starts is going to really suck for him. And if we can get a crit, no. It would have been nice. Let's see. What do we give up? Let's see. There we go. And that's just a really satisfying sound when you get crit healing. That just, it sounds like relief is what it sounds like. Alright, let's see. This is probably pretty inconsequential, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Maybe it will make a difference in who gets targeted. Alright. Let's see. Honestly, traps don't really bother me that much, but the stress, like the damage, the blight, that's pretty easily dealt with. Well, we're at 23 minutes. I feel pretty comfortable cutting it here. And again, we just want to get their roster goals completed. After that, if they croak, it sucks, but it's not terrible. We get the Sun Ring, and gosh, they're close. They are very close. So, and this is wonderful. We're definitely taking Breenon into the Warrens. Alright, so with that, I think we call it here, and we'll yes, this is it. This is the one. Oh my god, that's wonderful. I didn't mean to buy that third one, but that's okay. Oh boy. Well, now I'm feeling pretty good. Alright, so in the next episode, we are going to level up and complete 2 roster goals. So that's something to look forward to. And after that, it's finally time for some payback against the Formless Flesh. So, look forward to it. I'll see you next time.